guess the ELO.
If you watch chess content, you have probably seen this face. This is Levy Now, also known as GothamChess, a chess YouTuber and streamer with over 4.75 million subscribers on YouTube and almost 1 million followers on Twitch.
We're gonna live, we're gonna laugh, we're gonna love, we're gonna cry, mostly cry because it's chess. Here we go.
His YouTube channel, Gotham Chess, has the most subscribers of any YouTube chess channel.
A sport or an activity permanently associated with you is unbelievable.
Gotham Chess has become the face of chess. He is the most popular chess YouTuber. In this video, we will be going over his story. Levy was born in Brooklyn, New York on December 5th, 1995 to Lena and Eugene Rosman. His family is Russian, so Levy learned English in preschool. Chess is also a very Russian tradition, so he practiced it with his dad and grandfather.
My parents were deciding which after-school class to sign me up for. My mom said they should put me into chess, and my dad said they should put me into art because I was a crazy kid. There was no way I was going to sit still.
Levy was taught by his grandfather and then put into a chess after-school class. Levy played his first tournament at 7, and this was after he had consistently beat his dad, and so his dad just basically said, go play at this chess tournament.
I played my first tournament when I was 7, and it was basically after I had beaten my dad. Like, I played my dad all the time, and he said, all right, enough playing me, you're going to go to this chess club and play a tournament.
Levy's first ever tournament game started with pawn to e4, pawn to e5, knight to f3, knight dc6, and then bishop dc4. This is the Italian game. Levy's opponent played knight to f6, which allowed Levy to play the fried liver, which attacks here. And so after the cutting edge theory now was d5, takes, and then takes with the knight, which is a fork on the queen and the rook, so your king has to take. And then after check, the correct move is to go here, and then you just add pressure onto the knight. But instead, what Levy's opponent did was to go back, and now it's mate in 3 moves after queen takes on d5, queen takes on d5, bishop takes, bishop blocks, checkmate in 10 moves. As you can see from this tournament result, Levy won all 4 of his games.
And I crushed the tournament. So I was super happy, super excited, got a trophy, and I met Susan Polgar, who's one of the most accomplished female chess players of all time, just players of all time, period.
Levy continued playing chess and reached 2000 rating in 2008. He was top 5 for his age group, and at one point he was top 2.
But I stayed the same level for 3 years, and I decided that it was better to just not struggle with it and try to overcome and just quit. I saw no future in chess. And that's probably around the time in life you need someone to sit you down, smack you upside the head, and say, this is the only thing that you are good at, idiot.
Levy took a 3-year break, meaning that he didn't play much from chess at the age of 12 until he was 15, and he stayed the same level for 3 years. Levy got back into chess after reading a book given to him by a friend on the Caro Kann defense.
And I came back to the game because I had a friend who played chess, and I picked up a book that he had that he really liked, and it's the same opening that I play to this day, the defense, the Caro Kann defense.
Levy started to play at tournaments more consistently at the age of 15. Levy attended Baruch College, where he completed a bachelor's degree in statistics and quantitative modeling. Gotham Chess started teaching after-school chess classes and started earning 6 figures.
Won lessons in New York City, like to 5 and 6 year olds. I had like a little after-school program. I was 19, 20 years old. So I basically cut the last 2 years of college, and I just tried to teach chess. That's a really good career. You can make 6 figures in cash being a chess teacher in New York City, even before the boom. I paid all my taxes, IRS. You can go back and look.
You also have to be good at chess.
No, you don't. You could make 6 figures because you're good enough to teach total beginners.
Could I make?
You can make 6 figures because you're good enough to teach absolute beginners. Can you manage a classroom of 10 people?
Of course. I'm
All right, so
on
let's
this
do
podcast.
let's do the math.
While Levy was teaching chess, he decided to travel and play at international tournaments to get international master. He was able to raise money because the parents of the kids Levy taught chess to were business executives, and then Levy started to study the game for hours every single day.
I would come back to chess, and the best run of my life that I had was in 2016, where I basically, while teaching a chess program, scholastic chess program, I told all the parents, hey, so for these 4 months, I want to stop doing private lessons and I'm going to go travel and play tournaments because I want to become an international master finally. I'm 20 years old. This is in 2016. Like, can you help me raise some money?
Levy went from 2340 ELO to 2404 and got 2 out of the 3 international master norms that he needed.
And then I worked just 6 hours, 7 hours every day, like studying all the opening trends, all of the new ideas, reading the books, analyzing my own games, playing my own speed games and analyzing them, training every day. And that year I went from 2240 over the board to 2404 with 2 of the 3 norms, as they call them, which are basically tournament performances. Like you perform at a certain level, not too complicated. So I got almost everything I needed to be an IM. But I just slipped up at the very end.
Levy came back in 2018 and did the same thing, achieving his peak rating of 2,520 United States Chess Federation rated.
But in 2018, I came back once again with a vengeance. I started playing in the summer once again, and I went up, up, up to my peak.
Levy achieved International Master. He didn't think he would be able to get an International Master, so the adrenaline rush of getting to International Master made Levy stop working on studying chess.
But then something interesting happened. My life mission was accomplished. I never wanted or thought I could be a grandmaster.
Yeah.
I wanted to be an international master. And the adrenaline dump of hitting the IM title, I just stopped working completely.
Levy started to lose rating rapidly and stopped playing much over-the-board classical chess.
I just completely stopped working. I couldn't, and the second I started falling, I couldn't stop.
Yeah.
And I spent the rest of the summer just tanking. And I made my IM. I'm gonna off someplace and whatever. I'll be IM. It doesn't matter.
Gotham Chess met Lucy in November 2015. Levy was first introduced to Lucy by a person he had been on a date with in the past. Lucy didn't like Levy at first because she did not understand his sense of humor and his sarcasm.
And I thought it was great. I thought it was a fun date in November or December 2015, and she hated me. So that was very inconvenient. And we ended up not seeing each other again.
Levy got a second chance in 2018 after he came across Lucy on a dating app. They hit it off after that second date and started seeing each other more.
Fast forward a couple years, you know, on these apps that people meet each other on now. And in 2017, and I saw her, and I still had her phone number, so I texted her.
And he goes, "Do you think after 3 years, 4 years, I don't know, I can finally get that second date?" And I think I just responded, "Why do you still have my number?" But I still had your number, so what the
Levy and Lucy got married on December 20th, 2021.
Yeah, I grew a lot as a person through meeting Lucy, and I would be nowhere near the person or personality that I am today if it wouldn't be for her.
Levy started streaming on Twitch in February of 2018.
In 2018, in February, is when I started my online content, the Twitch. And back then, it was a wild time. Twitch was me coming home after a long day of teaching, and then just streaming Blitz games, drinking beer, and playing rock music on my phone from 9 p.m. till 4 in the morning.
Levy continued to stream all the way through 2020 when a big chess boom happened. Levy didn't give up streaming, and he decided to focus on streaming full-time.
There were a couple of events in my life in January, February 2020 that I could have ended up with nothing. I mean, no relationship, no program potentially, and I decided to make a very conscious effort to change a few things and start streaming more.
Levy was rewarded for his hard work. At the beginning of 2020, Levy's Twitch channel had just over 17,700 followers. Around June, a chess boom happened, which brought Levy's Twitch channel from 21,328 followers to 101,212 followers by the end of October. Chess then blew up in October thanks to PogChamps. PogChamps is a chess tournament that is played by streamers, which hosted big names such as XQC and Moist Critical. GothamChess signed a deal to play exclusively on chess.com in the very start of 2020.
The first contract I ever signed with chess.com to be exclusive was actually like right when the pandemic started. And I had no YouTube presence and I had no following.
The Queens Gambit came out on October 23rd, 2020. It sparked a huge chess boom afterwards. Months following the Queen's Gambit, Levy hit his highest peak of monthly gained followers and subscribers on Twitch ever. After the Queen's Gambit, chess has its second biggest boom ever. As you can see by this Google Trends graph, the higher it is, the more times it was searched per day, and you can see a giant peak right after the Queen's Gambit was released.
What do you think accounts for the popularity in the United States now? We talked a little bit about the Queen's Gambit, but it's still becoming more and more popular.
Yeah, so I would say, first of all, how much time do we have? But we've had 3 big booms, right? In 2020, Queen's Gambit happened. And right around that time, I had decided to make content full-time. So that meant YouTube videos, some live streaming, but it wasn't a big deal until Queen's Gambit came. My view count on YouTube went from about 70,000 in a 48-hour window to 1 million. And that just kept happening because somebody would watch the Queen's Gambit trailer, and on the sidebar it would say, "How to play the Queen's Gambit by GothamChess." A video that I made with a little potato of a webcam, never thought much of, but it just blew up.
The chess world was rocked after Magnus Carlsen accused Hans Niemann of cheating over the board. If Niemann did cheat, then the integrity of competitive chess would be shattered. But if he didn't cheat, the entire chess world would be in hot water and owe Niemann a huge apology. At the FTX Crypto Cup, which was held in August of 2022, Hans and Magnus were paired in an online tournament played in person. Hans played a stellar game and defeated Magnus once. Magnus still won the round with a score of 3-1 against Niemann. This was all quite suspicious because Hans had lost all of his games against other Super Grandmasters that day and the day prior, as well as giving this interview.
Magnus Carlsen, and now I'm curious to hear some reactions from Hans in Miami.
Hans, yesterday was a terrible day for you, and today you start out with a masterpiece. How would you summarize it?
Chess speaks for itself.
Is it something special doing this against Magnus, Hans?
To be fair to Hans, the reporter was basically saying, "What are your thoughts on you doing really bad the day prior?" Singfield Cup was held from December 1st to the 13th of 2022. Hans was originally not invited, but one of the other players dropped out at the last minute, so Hans was invited. During the Singfield Cup, Hans and Magnus were paired against each other. Hans destroyed Magnus, playing a perfect game. Magnus decided to withdraw from the tournament, which shocked the chess community. In the after-game analysis, Hans gave this interesting post-game interview.
2.5 out of 3, a dream start for you, Hans. Give us your opinion.
It's not bad, yeah. He played quite poorly, so I didn't do anything special. He just went, well, okay, I think I played quite well. But I was actually very fortunate that this opening came on the board, and I looked at this today. And
you guessed this opening today?
No, I didn't guess it, but for some miracle, I had checked this today, and it's such a ridiculous miracle that I don't even remember why I checked it. I just when I saw I just remembered H6 and everything after this, and I have no idea why I would check such a ridiculous thing, but I checked it, and I even knew that the Bishop E6 is just very good. Like, it's so ridiculous that I checked it, but.
So you actually this morning had this position?
Yeah, even farther.
Where did it stop?
Well, okay.
This interview and the game sparked a lot of top grandmasters to comment on the situation.
But what happens throughout the interviews and what caused a lot of grandmasters' suspicions is the way that Hans talks through his thoughts and calculations. Typically, when a chess player is talking about a game that they just played, they're talking about very specific lines. Hans doesn't really go in depth as much as a top player at this level would, and some of his calculations even seemed off.
I don't even need to show variations, you just look at the position, yeah? Like, okay, let's say, okay,
what?
The only reason bishop g5 isn't working immediately because maybe f6 works.
Right, f6?
Wait, did he just literally say I don't need to show variations?
But just f4, come on, it has to be lost.
The way that anti-cheating measures are set up right now, if you put your mind to it, it is possible to set up a cheating mechanism, even in very high profile.
You know, it's a young man who just pulled off one of the biggest upsets in chess history. I wouldn't have expected him to give a fully buttoned-up interview and analysis, but during the interview, he said that he actually studied the line Magnus played against him beforehand, which was setting off all kinds of alarm bells.
Especially when he's streaming or he's playing against someone known like me or Hikaru or someone else. He's commonly playing himself, but in general, when the stream is offline, I have a very strong feeling that sometimes he's improving. He's improving.
Yeah, I think it was a strange game. I think Hans played very, very strange moves at some point.
Okay, knight c5's obviously a bad move. Okay, let's I can show.
It's -3. It is winning for black, so he's completely crazy. Yeah.
This entire scandal brought tons of news coverage over to chess, and this made chess blow up. As you can see from these Google Trends graphs, chess was getting searched up a lot. Gotham Chess reported about the scandal and continued to as new evidence was discovered, making him even more popular. January of 2023 was the biggest month for chess ever. Chess.com crashed. Levy got 600,000 subscribers in a month, and short-form content soared. The boom has generally been propelled by teens. There are many reasons but the main ones are short-form content, the very popular social media posts between Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo playing chess, the cheating controversy between Niemann and Magnus Carlsen, covered in the last section, amazing content, streamers, coaches, and chess community members making awesome content, chess boxing, chess.com being featured on the App Store and trending on top games list, and mittens.
And now it's skewed to the younger audience through short form content. So I'm talking about TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, bite-sized chess content. Now you can just scroll on your phone and you learn something about chess in 30 seconds. And then you go try it against a friend. The young audience really enjoys it, I think, because first of all, they enjoy gaming, period. There's something different about chess. It's not just the one-on-one game where you mash a controller or learn some, little trick. There's never been a better time to learn the game, whether online or print. It used to be really hard to access this information. You could watch something for 60 seconds, go try it, and you're like, I'm the smart one in the friend group now, at least until the next person learns something.
Chess is different than other video games. It is a battleground between pieces with billions of intricacies. One reason the younger audience like chess so much is that you can play it online and in real life. Chess was so popular in January that chess.com crashed. Chess.com was blowing up. All but 5 days in January were new site records for active members. The Chess.com app reached number 2 in the top free game section. Every day since December 5th, 1 million people solved the daily puzzle. They had over 300,000 members join in a single day, over 100,000 more than at the peak of the Queens Gambit, and 31.7 million games were played on January 20th alone, a new site record. And now they are seeing more than 1 million games per hour. On December 31st, Chess.com reached 7 million active members on Chess.com in a single day for the first time. On January 20th, Chess.com had 10 million active members. The Chess.com servers struggled to keep up, and on January 23rd, the whole site crashed, although eventually they were able to get newer and stronger servers. All of this popularity for chess brought Gotham Chess 600,000 subscribers and 200 million views. Gotham Chess now has 4.04 million subscribers on YouTube, almost 1 million followers on Twitch, and 1.4 million followers on TikTok. Levy also recently wrote a book called How to Win at Chess that is scheduled to be released sometime in the middle of October. Levy is a commentator and chess coach for PogChamps 5 and has taken Frank as his prodigy. Levy has gone on to multiple news shows and is the most popular chess YouTuber in the world. Levy has changed the game forever and will be remembered in the history books. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you made it this far, you probably enjoyed the video. If you could do me a favor and like and subscribe, that would help me out a lot. If this video gets to 25 likes, I will make another video on another popular YouTuber such as Hikaru.